What if tomorrow comes and music suddenly ceased to exist? What would you do?
What? Oh my god. I don't.
What does success as an artist mean? Is it sold out shows, top of the chart, global recognition, or fame? We all have our own definition for it. For me, what it means is creating a connection between the artist and us, the listeners, and creating a bond that makes you feel like you are not alone, that you are understood. That is what Mikey Amistoso's impact has on me through his project, Hannah and Gabi. Kuya Mikey, your imprint in music is large. You've performed with bands such as Tagadtad, the Itchaworms, you're a film composer, a music producer, you've worked with amazing filmmakers, my favorites, Maria Mora, Eric Mati, and more great filmmakers. But with Hannah and Gabi, it feels different. Does Hannah and Gabi allow you to express feelings you otherwise can't express yourself?
In a way, yes, because as you've noticed, when I write songs with Shudad and when I perform with the Itchyworms, um, both of those are rock bands. So obviously, when you're in a rock band, you try to be as loud as you can. You try to get noticed. You make big movements on stage. When I perform with, you see me perform with Itchyworms, I bang my head a lot. My limbs are all over the place. I'm like, hey, notice me. I'm a rocker. I'm rocking out. So same with Shudad. It's a really high energy. It's always high energy performances when it comes to Shudad and Itchyworms, and same with the songs that I composed there because it's a rock band. But with Hannah and Gabi, it's different because it's the opposite. With Hannah and Gabi, the way I write and the way I perform, I try to withdraw and then be in my own bubble. So I try to be as soft and quiet as possible. And the difference when you're watching Shudad or an Itchyworms gig is when you're an audience, you'll be like singing at the top of your lungs. You'll be like, aking ka na lang. Diba? You like really loud yourself. But in an ideal Hannah and Gabi gig, it's different. Like, when the audience is like when they watch me perform, they'll be like, they really want to listen because I tend to. That's the goal because I tend to withdraw, and then what happens when I sing, and I can barely make myself heard by whispering and plucking softly. You'd be like, oh, I want to hear, I want to hear, I want to hear it. Device like that. So that's the goal, and yeah, and it's also the true Mikey, because I am an introvert, and it's a perfect venue for that, Hannah and Gabi.
Kuya Mikey, there's a lot of different art mediums. You have painting, you have sculpting, you have film, but you decided on music. Why music?
Why music? Because music is such a universal language. I must admit, I'm not very good with words. I'm not very eloquent in writing words. And even when communicating verbally, I'm not that eloquent. I'm not a very good speaker. So, but music is different, and it's just sound images, but it's still a language that has a direct line to your heart, to my heart, So I can literally sing about anything. I composed this song called New Window. It's literally about my window in my room. It doesn't mean anything. And then I wrote it, and I wrote a sad melody on top of it. And then when I shared it to people, they were like, oh my God, this is so amazing. It touched me a lot. I was like, it's literally just about my window. But I think it's the music. It's the production. It's the sound images that I chose that had a direct line to your heart. That's why you were. There was. It was. It gave you. It was very impactful for you. Like it's funny because one of my biggest influences, Elliott Smith. Uh, he performs. He writes very quiet and very beautiful music, like beautiful plucking, great melodies and harmonies. And I was really influenced by him and inspired by him because his songs, when I hear it, I feel things. I feel sadness. I feel hopefulness, whatever. I feel lots of emotions. But when I read his lyrics, oh my God, this guy is screwed up. I mean, uh, he's a really troubled person. He's talking about his drug addiction. He's talking about his mental health problems, and I have such empathy for him. But as for me, I'm such a well-adjusted person. I'm just a happy-go-lucky person. But that was funny is because his music still hit me, even though I couldn't relate to his lyrics, because it's just the sound. It's such a universal language. So even when I write about something else, and then people, uh, when they hear what I've written, they feel things and they feel things differently from what I intended. It's such a beautiful thing, you know. So that's why I chose music, because anything I do, people can do their own interpretations.
They say that a playlist is a window to someone's soul. With Kuya Mikey moving to Toronto, his suitcase is his playlist, a suitcase of identity. Kuya Mikey showed me collections of his work. As he is showing me these items, I can feel the passion and love he has for music. I'm familiar with these albums. In them, songs that my friends and I play on road trips, tambay nights, and some of my personal senti moments. These songs have a special place in my heart. His film scores and movies made me want to have lived in the 2000 and 2010 era of the indie music scene in Manila. I can't imagine how it must have been for him moving to a new country, far away from the familiar, that is, home. Especially if you have lived most of your life playing music, being in a scene where people know you and your work.
I really these had to go with me, because these are physical reminders that, back in the Philippines, I once was this guy. I still am, but it's a reminder for me that this is what I'm doing. This is what I used to do. Mikey, you're not so bad. You did something in your life, and these are the things that you did. This is gonna be maybe your legacy, maybe or maybe not. But to me, for now, this is what I can offer the world, my music. So it's a physical representation of myself.
We've been talking earlier, and you mentioned Hannah and Gabi is an extension of yourself. And I'm just wondering, what is your songwriting process?
Okay, the truth is there is no process. It just happens. I don't sit down and decide I'm gonna write a song and then finally get onto my tools. It doesn't happen that way. Sometimes it just comes. Like I've been telling people in the past, it just comes, and then it's sort of like someone else takes over, and then I finish it on the same day, in the same hour, or maybe years or weeks later, and then I listen back to the song and I realize, wow, I did that. Wow. And so I don't really have a process. I just, one thing I know, uh, melody comes first. I, I, I come across a very, I make sure I have a very catchy melody, and I make sure there is musical tension in the composition along the way. Tension meaning, there's always a curveball happening in the song, or sometimes the curveball is there's no curveball. It's just straightforward. So those are just a few of the things that I make sure when I'm writing the song. But most of the time, there's no process. It just comes. Usually, when I'm in the shower, a melody comes to me, or when I'm just noodling with my guitar or the piano, suddenly I come across something, and then someone else takes over. I think it's God that's taking over, and then I just finish the song whenever. That's the process. No process.
It's interesting that you mentioned God, and I remember the last time I watched you perform, it was at Odd Night Out last year, and I remember vividly that you said that lately you've been more expressive with your faith and Christianity, and it's a big part of your music. And walk me through that journey and why now?
Wow, I said that. I don't really remember saying that during Odd Night Out, but like any other person or Christian, I'm a work in progress. So it's just, I just share. I mean, every day is my experience, and sometimes I have a very intimate experience with God, and there's no stopping me from sharing that too. I mean, I share that too as well as like how I'm sharing my everyday experiences, because it happens. I mean, God spoke to me in one way, and then I have to share it. So I'm not really trying to preach anything, or I'm not aiming to be a pastor. I'm not gonna bombard you with Bible verses in my Facebook account every day. But I think what I like about what's happening with me is it's just through my actions, maybe some people get inspired. Some like I have a friend, a fellow performer who performed in Odd Night Out, and her name's Jamie Poon, and I was just kind to her during the day. I was just making sure she had something to eat. I was making sure she's not cold, and then later on she texted me, "I saw Jesus in you." I was like, "What? What?" I didn't really intend that. I was just being, the usual Mikey, and it's a beautiful thing that God works in the very mundane things you do. God manifests himself to other people, and he brings his comfort, his word to other people. So that's my experience with Christianity, with God. I'm just proud and humbled to sometimes be a tool that God uses.
Are you excited tonight, Kuya?
A little nervous.
Yeah?
I'm more excited when we eat tonight after the show.
Okay. It's a perfect weather, actually.
Yeah, perfect weather for Hannah and Gabi.
It's a Hannah and Gabby type of night.
Wala. Biglang kumina? Oo. Parang okay yung kanina bago yung hindi kaya battery? Ako pa yung wala. Parang humina. Meron ka pero biglang nagbumaba yung ano niya. Baka yung battery? Biglang lumipis. Wait lang. Anyway, sige, biglang natin.
Kung sakali may battery ka, just in case. Wala na.
Meron naman, I think meron ako.
Sige.
Sakali. Kung hindi baka, pero baka.
Pero feeling ko yung
Biglaan
yung table ko yata parang kami.
Naka-unmute na.
Oo, lahat talaga. Buti na lang dala kayo isang gitara. Forget this.
Oo nga, no?
Ba't nawala ng tuluyan?
Feeling ko yung ano ko, may problema din.
Sige, naka-mute na.
Buti na lang, maaga tayo, no?
Ayos.
Okay, kaya nga nagsa-soundcheck. So, display na lang to.
Yep, okay to.
Medyo madilim lang ito nito, pero yeah, talaga.
While Kuya Mikey is having sound check and preparing for this set, I bumped into Vibrant and we had a little conversation.
First time yung ba manood dito sa Filipino TV?
First time ko. Nakakatawa actually yung studio nila. Nakita ko pa lang yung maraming channel dun sa harap.
Wow,
that's
that's
legit.
it.
Yeah.
Lupit niya.
And well, first time live sessions. Gusto ko makita paano nila sinushoot. And syempre si Kuya Mikey. Excited ako makita si Kuya Mikey performing live again.
Oh.
Kailan niyo ba siya last na napanood dun? Basta Odd Night Out?
Yeah. Huling napanood ko rin siya, Odd Night Out eh.
Odd Night Out at Wham Studio.
And na-surprise ako doon sa performance niya ng Odd Night Out. So excited akong makita yung gagawin niya dito. Kasi grabe din yung performance niya doon sa Odd Night. Yung bigla niyang bababa yung volume. So bigla niyang lalakasan para
Experience talaga siya.
yeah. I think yung performance ni Kuya Mikey, may storytelling. So kaya nakaka-enjoy siya.
Yeah, hindi yun napansin ko nun. May storytelling and para siyang in trance.
Yeah.
Pag tinitingnan mo siya as a performer.
Yeah, iba si Kuya Mikey ng perform.
Yeah.
Nagta-transform. Parang nag-zone in the zone.
Nag-zone in siya, kumbaga. Tapos, yun nga, may storytelling. Yung papatulugin ka niya, paparelaxin ka niya sa isang kanta, biglang gugulatin ka niya ng isang malakas na
Hindi din yung hindi yung sabi ko. Una ganda nung build-up eh. May build-up yung niya. So bilang bababa ka niyang konti. So biglang aangat ka uli niya. Sa kanya i-end yung performance niya.
Yeah.
So I think yun yung magic ng performance ng Hannah and Gabi.
Storytelling and theatrics.
Yeah.
Theatrics.
Theatrics, yung
Theatrics.
paano yung posing niya na
Yeah.
She has a pose eh.
I think bihira sa mga folk singer yung kaya kang bit-bitin ng story, no? Yung mga, wala pa ako napanood na folk artist na ganun, na kaya kang bit-bitin sa stories. Yung iaangat ka, si bababa ka, tapos yun, basta yun lang, solid lang yung
I think gusto ko yung na-mention ni Kuya Bryan na theatrics kasi parang namimix mo yung music tapos yung actual character niya kasi may time na nakatigil siya tapos parang wow.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And then you're waiting for a drop.
Yeah, naalala ko yun. Yung parang yung
Parang cliffhanger in real life.
Yeah, ano nangyari? Parang napaisip ko, ano nangyari?
Napapaisip ko, tapos na ba yung kanta? Or like, napasobra lang ng tigil, kailangan na hinga. Pero,
pero
it's part of the show.
Yeah, part talaga yung pause eh, which is, wow.
Parang siyang
Mind blown ako dun
Totoo. Parang siyang marirelate ko siya pag nanonood ka na movie na parang biglang hindi mo sure kung ano nangyayari.
Yeah.
Then pag nangyari, kaya mo pala ginawa yan.
Yeah.
May
Di ba?
Yeah.
effect.
Yeah, yun. So I think yun yung magic ng Hannah and Gabi.
Magigets mo pag ginawa na niya.
Yeah. What are you about to give away tonight?
My all. No, just a piece of myself um, and just my voice and my experiences. And I'm gonna give away my story.
Okay, we're excited then.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The first time I watched Hannah and Gabby was at Odd Night Out at Wham Studio. It was an emotional one for many reasons. It reminded me of an unfulfilled dream. Back home, my friends who introduced me to Hannah and Gabby, we all dreamt of witnessing Hannah and Gabby perform live together. Especially after watching the film Ang Nawawala by Maria Mora. We've always wished to experience what it was like to be in the indie scene, early 2010s. We wanted to feel what Gibson felt in the movie, minus the trauma of course. Hannah and Gabby's songs, especially Finlegs, helped me through tough times. Having talked and learned more about Kuya Mikey's story, watching him perform now adds more depth to it. Every strum has added weight. Every song lingers. Every time I watch gigs, the artist always says, "This song is for you." But with this show it felt different. It felt like he's performing for himself as well. Hannah and Gabby performing for Mikey, reminding him that everything will be alright.
Thank you. Have a good night. I'm Hannah Gabi, and thank you FTV for having me. And enjoy the rest of the night. Enjoy the rest of the winter. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Ano, na-miss mo yung syudad?
Oo.
Na-miss ko yung syudad
Oo. Yung until school parang gusto ko yung...
Hinahanap ko yung drums ni Mitch. Tsaka yung vocals ni Justin.
The show was amazing. Walk me through it. How was the experience?
It's finally done. But I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed performing in front of the studio audience and then in front of the live streaming audience. It's totally new, but it's fine. It's good. It's nice.
Did tonight feel different from the last time or previous performance you had?
Not so much. I mean, just like the past performances, I just have fun. I just enjoy sharing my music, whether it's a full house or not a full house. I just enjoy. So yeah, it's kind of the same. The only difference this time is I think there were live streaming. There's a live streaming audience out there that I don't see, and it's kind of weird, but yeah, it's a new experience and it's great.
We had a great time. We obviously saw it in the comments. But what's interesting with me, Kuya, is I followed you since preparation, sound check, and performance, and now slowing down. What do we as an audience do not see?
Well, now you've seen it because you've been with me since earlier today. You've been to my house. What the audience don't see is, I'm just a regular guy. I mean, I do art, but I'm not an intense artist. I'm just a regular guy. But whenever I do art, I always give my best, and I try to touch as many lives as possible. And I always just have fun, and that's the point of this all. I mean, I just want to have fun and enjoy sharing myself.
Well, the $1,000,000 question, Kuya, would you do this again?
Oh, definitely yes, a million times more.
Frazier, Mikey, T-Bones?
Yes, let's do it. Come on.
Let's go,
Yun.
Let's go.
Ano yung recommendation ko? Rib eye, Fritz, with 2 gravy. Yun ang aking recommendation.
Every time I see Kuya Mikey, I see a man filled with passion and purpose. His songs make people feel heard. It feels like a warm hug on a winter night. You may know Mikey as the film composer, the guy from Ciudad, the Itchaworms, Hannah Gabi. But at its core, Mikey is a person that puts his love into his music. Music that reaches you and me. Life is like a suitcase. We may not know where we are going, but when we move, we carry inside our memories, lessons, and the gentle strength we've picked up along the way, slowly learning what truly matters. Wherever we arrive, we come as we are, trusting that what we carry is enough.
I don't know the answer to that. Might as well just cut off my hands, you know, because music ceases to exist. I don't know, and life will go on.
Just the way it is, but without music.
I guess I have no choice. I'll probably find some other art form to express myself with. I'll probably learn how to draw, or I'll probably learn poetry, or anything to, you know, put myself out there, make a mark, and in the process, maybe or maybe not, inspire other people along the way. So just as long as there are other mediums, I guess I get to that. But yeah, music first. But if it's gone, then I guess I don't have a choice. Might as well soldier on with other things.
You want me to. You